Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some jazz. But not just any old jazz, 21st century jazz with computers and stuff. You won't need an instrument, you won't know how to play one, you won't need all the practice that comes with that and all the failure after failure after failure. All you need is a copy of Matlab and a wonderful bunch of scripts made by Ken Schutte.com. With Ken Schutte's material, all it takes is a couple of lines of code to turn a matrix in Matlab into a MIDI file that you can play. So what I've got here is a script, a Matlab script called random_tune.m, which I wrote, and it's got the three basic ingredients to jazz. It's got piano, drums and a bass, preferably a double bass if possible. So let's start from the top. I tell the script how many notes the piano is meant to play. So we've got 700 notes there, that's big N here. Actually, let's say 600. You don't want too many piano notes. Then we've got the tempo, 210 BPM, which is a good upbeat kind of jazzy tempo. Then I've got a bunch of stuff here that basically splits up the time into tiny little bits where I can just slot in the notes whenever I like. So starting from the piano, what I did was tell the piano when to play notes based on a probability distribution. So I've got the piano's more likely to play notes at the beginning, the middle and the end of a bar, of any given bar. So it kind of just plays these things there and it gives it a bit of a rhythm to the playing. There's also to every note there's a little bit of random oscillation that I've added here, which is meant to account for that kind of human error, the kind of the jazzy, moving of the arms, that kind of stuff, and the fingers. And of course the piano notes are random, but they all fall within a scale, which is the melodic minor scale, the jazziest scale in the universe. It's the one that goes do 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 do, very jazzy. Then we have the bass. Now the bass, rule number one of jazz is that the bass has to play every beat, every single beat. You do not skip a beat in jazz bass. So I've made sure that didn't happen. So we have the same scale, so the melodic minor scale, and the bass is just playing random notes every beat, and it's wonderful. It should be wonderful anyway. We'll see. Finally, we have the drums, and the drums need to do that thing with the cymbal. Of course, it's got to be. And of course, the notes that the drums are going to play are going to be mostly 51s here, and 51 is the cymbal. So most of the notes are going to be played by the cymbal. Some of them, though, are going to be played by a couple of toms, the snare, and the kick. And that's basically how to play jazz for a drummer. It's mostly cymbals, and a bit of kick and a bit of snare every now and then to go tch, and maybe a tom or two. But very, very rarely, so mostly cymbal. In fact, you could probably play jazz with just the cymbal, and that's it. All these things get lumped up into three big matrices, M, B here, and D. And thanks to the wonderful code by Ken Schutte, I've got these two functions, matrix to MIDI, that turns the matrices into MIDI files, and then write MIDI, which actually writes the MIDI file. Right, so let's have a listen to those. We've got the files here on the right. I've got bass, drums and piano, and a copy of Cubase. Let's go with the bass first. Let's drag the bass in, put it in its rightful place in the middle, and have a listen to that. Every beat he's playing, it's great. Of course, random notes. That's what it's all about, really. Right, awesome, great player. Now we're going to drag in some drums and have a listen to those, see what they've turned out to be. Let's see, drums here. Let's have a solo listen to that. Brilliant. This is just, it's a bit unorthodox maybe, but you got that mainly hi-hat going on, and then a bit of snare every now and then to go, oh, what's going on? Awesome. Okay. Finally, we've got the piano. It's going to be holding everything together, hopefully. Let's see. Okay. Right, let's solo the piano. Let's go with that. It's a bit unorthodox, but yeah, great. Awesome. Okay, let's see what they sound like together. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is 21st century jazz. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Thanks for wasting your time. Thank you for watching. Until next time. See you later.